So last year I competed in this Cadet of the Year competition, and it takes a lot of work to get your physical scores up, and it's a really competitive process. It means a lot to be Cadet of the Year because you're leading like the entire brigade. So that means all 7 high schools. You're responsible for all of the cadets. You have to be put together yourself and make sure that you're doing everything that you need to do and being responsible so that you can lead them in an effective way.
So the first thing we will do is have you all review the portfolios. All of our cadets have prepared very comprehensive portfolios.
I'm encouraging the other cadets that they can be whatever they want to be. Just get out here and be themselves on the floor. They know their slides. They know how to lead. They're the top leaders in the JPS school, so they know what to do.
In JROTC, we stress for all of our students to be a strong scholar, strong athletically, and a strong leader. So those are the attributes you should be looking for in the portfolio. We also expect our cadets to be involved in their community and in their school. We will then bring the cadets in, and each one of them will introduce themselves and do a brief overview of how JROTC has helped prepare them for successful living after high school.
Cadet Captain Christine Wilson reporting in for the Cadet of the Year Board.
I am Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Ramon Thompson.
Cadet Command Sergeant Major Heaven Thomas, Provine High School.
Sir, Cadet Captain Tyra Patterson reporting for the Cadet of the Year Board.
Sir, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Christopher Washington reporting to the Cadet Year Board, sir.
Cadet Major Samuel Blackman reporting to the Cadet of the Year Board.
Cadet Staff Sergeant Jericho James reporting in for JPS Cadet of the Year Board.
That's what it's really all about with JROTC. We are trying to prepare our students for their best life. We did this with seniors, and we realized as a senior, they would probably have about 3 months to serve in their leadership position. But with these juniors, they are going to be our leaders for next school year. So you are selecting the cadet chain of command for next school year.
My name is Ben Minifield. I serve as the program director for Stand and Serve, which is a nonprofit organization dedicated to serving as a conduit for colleges and universities through ROTC scholarships for America's youth. We also help with ACT preparedness, physical fitness opportunities, and more importantly, we see JROTC as the program that's the best hope for America.
I'm Lieutenant Colonel Barbara Osby. I'm the Chief of Staff and Assistant Professor of Military Science at Jackson State University. Our school, the ROTC program, we provide military instructions to not only Jackson State University, but to Mississippi College, Belhaven, Millsaps, Mississippi Valley State University.
My name is Corey Young. I'm a former student for Jackson Public Schools. I work with Partners of Education and parent-family engagement. We work with parents and we work with students on getting engaged in the community, and we provide great resources for our students and our parents.
Hey, I'm Dr. Jennifer Trammell. I am the Director of School Counselors for the Department of Education. So I work with school counselors across the state, and we work with JROTC as well.
Hello, I'm Lieutenant Colonel David Martin with the Mississippi Army National Guard, the Recruiting and Retention Battalion Commander. Many of my recruiters work out with these junior ROTC programs, and we see a lot of good kids, and it's great to be a part of this program.
Frederick Murray, Assistant Superintendent of Middle Schools, sitting in today, pinch hitting for Miss Lakeisha Marshall Thomas, who is the high school assistant superintendent. But just definitely an advocate for JROTC. I see personally the kind of work that we're doing here in the district. We also have a JROTC unit at Powell Middle School, one of our middle schools, and hope to expand that program because we see the value.
My name is Mr. Ed Butler. I'm the JROTC Director for the Mississippi Department of Education. We have 82 JROTC programs in the state of Mississippi. We're hoping to grow that to 84 this year. And as of today, we have just under 11,000 cadets in the high school who are taking JROTC.
My name is Master Sergeant Kirk Thompson. I'm a senior military science instructor at Alcorn State University. Been proudly serving the U.S. military for right under 25 years. Look forward to seeing some of these young cadets come out there at Alcorn.
Lieutenant Brennan Medeiros. I'm Assistant Professor of Military Science at Alcorn. Like Master Sergeant said, if any of you guys are interested in find out more about Alcorn. We'd love to speak to you about it.
I'm Constance Garnett Houston, and I'm a major account manager, corporate profiler for Cadet Solutions America. It's enterprise solutions side. We actually have a partnership with JPS, Jackson Public Schools, and we've gone into the environment and looked at their environment to see how we can be more efficient on their copier printers, fax, and everything like that. We also design software to help track any and every movement throughout the organization, and we're proud to be a sponsor of JPS as well.
The top cadet will be brigade commander. The first runner-up cadet will be the executive officer, and right on down the line.
My name is Cadet Captain Tyra Patterson from Jim Hill High School. The purpose of today's briefing is to demonstrate how JROTC has prepared me for life during and after high school. I'm a junior Let 3 with a GPA of 4.3. I'm currently ranked number 42 out of 236 students in my junior class. I'm a part of the most rigorous course that my school has to offer, which is the International Baccalaureate Diploma Program. I'm also the personnel officer for the Mighty Tiger Battalion. I am a part of the National Honor Society, and I'm also a member of the Jim Hill High School soccer team and the choir. I have learned to set my goals using the SMART principle. S stands for specific, M stands for measurable, A stands for attainable, R stands for relevant, and T stands for timely. JROTC has taught me to go above and beyond what others have expected of me. They have also taught me to live up to the SAL principles. As a leader, JROTC has taught me not only to set the example, but to be the example. I'm the co-captain of the Jim Hill High School Modeling Squad. I'm a co-leader of the Jim Hill High School Inspire Talent Search Group, and I am also a student director of the Drama Club Productions at my school. Last but not least, I am a big sister. In order to be a great leader, you must first learn how to be a great follower. In order to be a great follower, you must have discipline, trust, be able to adapt to any situation, and most importantly, you must have enthusiasm. The 3 Army values that most describe me are selfless service, honesty, and personal courage. I practice selfless service when participating in community service and other JROTC activities, such as being a youth mentor in my church and serving as the Battalion S1. I practice honesty because I do what is right when no one is looking. And I also practice personal courage by facing one of my biggest fears before you today, public speaking. I am a servant leader because in any activities I participate in, I am always put in a leadership position. I give priority to the interests of others versus myself. I focus on the individual or individuals I am helping. Although I am in the 11th grade, JROTC has given me the opportunity to participate in many programs, such as the Mississippi State University STEM program, the National Flight Academy, the West Point Diversity Workshop, and numerous college campus visits.
What has been the most challenging aspect for you in JROTC, and what have you done to overcome those challenges?
My battalion is very competitive, so I have to learn and understand that every loss comes with a lesson. So I have to learn how to take everything that I learn and use it in my next competition, or use it to help others who may have the same problem that I have, or just use it in life.
As you go off to college, how will you get more involved with the community in being able to take on all those other tasks and being a part of the senior ROTC program?
We are encouraged to do community service. As a student in high school, then it will be easier for me to adapt when I get in college. So it will be mandatory, in my opinion, as a personal goal to participate in community activities.
What would be your vision and goals, how to improve physical fitness within the junior ROTC program at all the various schools?
I would push summer activities because most of the JROTC summer activities or the summer camps, they provide everyone with physical fitness. Do something fun, not necessarily just so you can meet your cadet challenge scores, but so like you can enjoy yourself and mix with others while you're improving your cadet challenge score.
But what are some of the key characteristics that you would like us to kind of glean from your resume 10 years from now?
It was a work in progress. As currently I'm still in the work in progress of trying to be on the top. I would want them to know that being successful isn't given to you. You will have to work for it.
If you're in a position to affect some sort of change, what would be the one thing that you'd like to change at your school this next year?
Our school has a certain amount of slots that can be filled for our cadets to go on the summer camps. Our Let 1 cadets may not get a chance to go on as many summer camp experiences as they would like. So I would like to expand that so they can get more of the feel of what JROTC is about, and so they can interact with other individuals.
The 7 Army values, which one is most important to you and why?
Duty and honesty. As an older sister or as a cadet in general, I want everybody to know that I'm serious about what I'm doing. I want everybody to know that I'm dedicated to doing what I'm doing. And as for honesty, I would like to broadcast integrity amongst everyone. You're supposed to do what you're supposed to do, whether you're being watched or whether you're not being watched.
Have you had the opportunity to kind of like exercise your leadership skills in JROTC and kind of being able to kind of translate that to other organizations and teams you're part of?
In the drama club, like I said, I was a student director. So that comes from me stepping up to the plate when, if my battalion commander isn't there, if my XO isn't there, that comes from me practicing. I practice sportsmanship for one, which I also practice in JROTC for Cadet Challenge. So my leadership can be contagious amongst my members of wherever I am.
What balances you? What do you use as a platform to keep it all balanced?
It's a requirement to have a certain grade point average for me to participate on my extracurricular activities. So I made it my top priority to have my grades up to par, so I wouldn't have to worry about that when it comes to me going to a game or going to a tournament. It shows people that, well, if she can do it, I can do it.
I am Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Christopher Washington. I am a Lead 3 in the 11th grade. I hold a GPA of 3.30, and I have an ACT practice score of 25. My motivational motto is do what you can with what you have, where you are. These are the words of President Theodore Roosevelt. These are a few of the summer programs I've been to. They are all very educational and very informative. Mississippi State University Leader State Program, STEM program, was by far the best. This is because this gave us the most real world exposure. It simulated the real world. You have to get up early in the morning, go exercise, you have to be disciplined, you have to get into certain groups of people that you've never met before, and then you have to make a connection with these people and work together as a team to accomplish a goal. I take AP English Language, AP US History. I am in the Health Science program, Work Ethic. Always put your mission first and keep a positive attitude while doing so. Discipline. Follow the orders of your commanding officer faithfully and do what you are supposed to regardless of the circumstances. There are going to be some situations in life that will try you and some people that will not be so easy to work with. But you have to stay focused and maintain your focus on the goal and keep going no matter what. This also is related to another word called integrity, which they taught us about in JROTC. You're supposed to do what you're supposed to, no matter if somebody's looking or not. Respect. Respect yourself, fellow soldiers, and other high-ranking soldiers, even if they are not over your squad. Everyone has a different personality, and we will conflict. And it's just nice to have that common ground where you can come together. Even though you may not like each other, you have that common ground to meet in, and you can do what you have to do and keep moving on.
What characteristic have you formulated from the actions you've actually done the most?
I've been working on stepping up and taking up a leadership role and trying to raise my hand and be the first to do something at that time. So eventually this led me to become a little bit more courageous, bit by bit. Of course, you have to take step by step.
I've always lived by this thing. It's not where you start off, it's where you want to end up at. How are you conveying that to fellow people from Jackson?
For starters, just being there and being at school, walking around with the suit on. Of course, we have to wear it once at least every week. And then JROTC does provide us with speaking roles with all the cadets and students in the school come together.
What would be the one change that you would like to implement to see the greatest good, the greatest improvement in your school?
I would start off by trying to get more people exposed to the outer world, because you would be shocked at how many people have not left Jackson. And then we've seen some cadets that have left Jackson and saw some careers and things they saw outside of the state that got them excited for the first time.
What would you want to be said about you, or what will be said about you 10 years from now?
That I have a strong character, respect, and a trustworthy person.
How would you be able to help your fellow cadets prepare themselves physically to join one of the services?
We try to encourage and find some kind of motivation for everyone to come after school, start running in a little bit, and we do have a pull-up bar in the back, so we try to get as creative as we can.
What is one piece of advice that you would want to tell those 9th graders about their high school years coming up?
Like I said before, just be respectful, because your time in JROTC will be that much easier if you don't talk back and just cooperate.
What does leadership mean to you?
Basically caring for others around you and trying to make sure they go in the proper direction.
How would you utilize technology to address the city of Jackson's pothole problems?
Put the leadership of Jackson, Mississippi on the line too. Put them on the spot. They do have this new foam technology in some trucks, right? You can see the back where you're going when you're backing out right before you pull out of anywhere. So maybe we can implement something like that where we can have a computer/camera recognize that there's a indenture behind where you're trying to pull out, or right in front of you, because you know you're just driving at a steady speed and you just see this big hole in the road and you don't have enough time to stop. So maybe they can trigger a safety mechanism that will make the car slow down, if not stop completely.
I am Cadet Major Samunique Blackman from Callaway High School, and I am the 4th Battalion XO. And today's briefing is on how has JROTC prepared me for life after high school. This program has enhanced my communication skills. It has given me the value of teamwork. It has built my self-esteem and has given me exposure to various peoples, places, and situations that will benefit me for the rest of my life. I'm a Lead 3 cadet with a GPA of a 3.8, and my current ACT score is a 20. I've been very active within the JROTC camps, and I have been to National Flight Academy, ATU, which is Adventure Training Unit, William Carey, and Jackson State Interdisciplinary Center for Nanotoxicity. I'm a member of the National Junior Honor Society. I'm a part of the JROTC drill team, which I'm a squad leader of. I am a part of the Charger Funk Band and the Chess Club, also a mentorship program called Finally First. And outside of school, I am a part of the Youth Ambassadors Club, which teaches us the importance of being active within our government. My responsibilities as the executive officer is to assign detail work to the appropriate staff, also to keep the battalion commander informed for any problem areas within the staff. The core values that this program has taught me is integrity. Integrity is doing the right thing even when no one is watching. Service before self. I believe it is very important to give back to your community. And loyalty. This program has enhanced my communication skills in every form. My SAIs and AIs have given me and instilled in me the importance of talking confidently and professionally. They have even given me programs and experiences to do so. Team building is another imperative skill that I have gained, and seeing situations from different perspectives will be something I will value for the rest of my life. I have done bi-weekly visits to the Cara Animal Shelter. I have participated in many parades within the city, and I am the head usher and praise dancer at my church. Also, our school service learning project was to go to Pine Forest Nursing Home in 8th grade in Powell Middle School. We got the JCC program, and that program is what got me started. It is what put my name out there, and that is when I met Colonel Willis. This program has given me opportunities to learn information about my future career. Like when we went to William Carey at Callaway, we had an aviation day, and we even went to Greenville, Mississippi to Congressman Benny Thompson's Academy and Career Day. We've even been out of state to the University of Texas. What I really love about this program is the role models that I have now. My SAIs and AIs have really been passionate about everyone's cadets, and they see the potential in everyone. And once a cadet, always a cadet. My favorite quote is, when it is obvious the goals cannot be reached, do not adjust the goals, adjust the action steps, by Confucius.
10 years from now, if I were reading your vita, your resume, or introducing you, what would some of the highlighted characteristics be?
So you saw me as a 11th grade student trying to be Cadet of the Year, trying to be at the top. And then I actually made my goals. I actually strive. I actually became that neurosurgeon that I wanted to be.
If you could do one thing, make one change to Callaway High School to have the greatest impact, what would that be?
I believe that we should have more clubs, because I think that people should be able to express themselves in any way. Well, JROTC is my form of expression, but that might not be everyone else's. So I feel like we should have more ways that people can express themselves and think about what they want to be in the future.
One of your goals before you graduate high school is to become a valedictorian, and you're not quite there, as you said. What steps are you going to take to push yourself there?
Well, currently I am taking AP courses. I'm taking AP Chemistry and AP US History, and I'm taking dual credit courses. I'm taking dual credit English. So all of those things boost my GPA.
You said greatness attracts greatness. What is your greatest attribute?
Seeing people as people. I recognize that everyone is a person, and everyone needs somebody to rely on, someone to put them on the right track. So I feel like I could be that inspiration for someone.
How are you going to show all the cadets underneath you their potential love and support that you've gotten?
Well, I would encourage everyone to dream big, because this was my dream when I first got here. And look at where I'm standing. People belittle themselves and think, oh, because I did this, I won't get it. Oh, because I'm not this, I won't get it. That's not true. You just have to improve yourself and your way of thinking, and you'll get whatever you want to.
Going through the ROTC program, what motivated you to continue your journey?
So I just want to be the best version of myself that I can, and that will always be my motivation.
How can you, as the leader you are, influence others at Callaway High School to become cadets?
Kids like to relate to something, so I would find something that would relate to them. So if I know that they like to have fun, I can show them all the fun that we have. Or if they're an athlete and they need help, like JROTC offers ACT prep, it offers tutoring, because my AI, Sergeant Johnson, is paying for me and a couple of other students to get ACT tutoring. I would just relate to something that they like and show them that the JROTC program has that. This program is actually doing good for not just our community, for all the students that are in it. So obviously state leaders should bring some recognition to this program, because they are creating impeccable students like my other cadets that are competing today. All of us are trying our hardest, are striving our hardest to be our best self.
I'm Cadet Staff Sergeant Jericho James, a junior from Murrah High School, where we are best of the best, better than the rest. Murrah Mustangs Hood. How to win in life. JROTC has instilled in me. First, you must never give up, never give in, but give it your all, because somebody's working harder than you and wants your spot. Second, complaining gets you nowhere. Third, don't say you can't do it, say you can. And fourth, the best excuse is no excuse. And JROTC is a stepping stone. It's more than just another class on my schedule. It teaches me how to be responsible, how to be a leader, and how to have self-discipline. And I am a scholar, I am an athlete, and I am a leader. I'm an AP honors student with a GPA of a 4.17, and I'm also a member of the National Honor Society. Athlete. I'm in a sound profession marching band. I'm in a percussion ensemble and a symphonic band. I'm a leader because I'm Miss Zeta Phi Beta Debutante 2019-2020. I'm also the section leader for the Mallet Percussion section, and I'm also first chair for All City Percussion Ensemble. And I also hold various leadership positions at my church. The mission of JROTC is to motivate young people to become better citizens. Like our dear late brother Kobe Bryant said, the most important thing is to try and inspire other people so that they can be great at whatever they do. In other words, it's helping young cadets just like me be prepared to face the world, and I will provide lifelong service to my community. SMART goals, which are specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely, allows me to ask myself, can I reach this goal? How will I reach this goal? Is my goal even SMART? I have seen things, done things, and been places because of JROTC. I attended the Military Order of World War's Youth Leadership Conference in Huntsville, Alabama, where I experienced racial diversity. And one of the speakers at the Youth Leadership Conference told me, you shouldn't always hang out with people who look like you. And that really stuck out to me, because that is true. I also attended the National Flight Academy, where I experienced diversity. I went to the JSU STEM summer camp, where I also experienced cultural diversity. I also experienced it in my 8 different countries that I went to. I went to Costa Rica. I had to adapt to their culture, to their food. And I also went to school in Germany, and I had to adapt to what they do. And I actually got a chance to teach them a little English. JROTC put me in situations that I never thought I'd be in and made me face my fears, which makes me the leader I am today. Leaders have to be a good follower first. Your talk has to match your walk, and you have to set the example. JROTC has taught me time management. Put your priorities first, how to balance things out. Financial literacy classes, like the mission of JROTC says, to motivate young people to become better citizens. I want to help people behind me to be better than me. My instructors are Sergeant First Class Reginald Chambers, Master Sergeant Alma Brown, and Major Robert Morton. These are my leaders. They trained me, they had faith in me, believed me, and trust me to be standing right here today. I live by this every day. I am an Army Junior ROTC cadet. I will always conduct myself to bring credit to my family, country, school, and Corps of Cadets. I am loyal and patriotic. I am the future of the United States of America. I do not lie, cheat, or steal, and I'll always be accountable for my actions and deeds. I will always practice good citizenship and patriotism. I will work hard to improve my mind and strengthen my body. I'll seek the mantle of leadership and stay prepared to uphold the Constitution and American way of life. May God grant me the strength to always live by this creed. I'm ready to face the world.
Next year, you're going to be a senior at Murrah High School, best of the best. If you could make one change to your school to make it even better, what would you do?
First, I would have more cadets in JROTC because it actually prepares you to face the world and it gives you so many opportunities.
Of all the organizations you belong to outside of JROTC, are there any that you've kind of been able to exercise those leadership skills, maybe in any of the bands you belong to or any of those groups?
Well, as you know, I'm the section leader for the Mallet Percussion section, so I have to be a leader to them. I have to set the example for them, and also winning Miss Zeta for Beta, I'm a leader. I go out in the community and help others.
How do you handle rejection, controversy, or something that doesn't go in the flow of your pattern of thought?
First of all, I put in God's hands because he has a plan and he knows what's best for me. So if I get the answer no, you know what, God has a plan for me. He has something greater in store for me. So I don't let that bother me.
Not necessarily that you're a doctor, nurse practitioner with a clinic or any of those things, but what would we be able to say about you, 3 or 4 characteristics that would describe you?
First, you would say I'm determined. I have passion for what I do. Next, you would say I'm a caring person. I want to help others, motivate them, and inspire them. And also, you would say that I'm a leader.
You stated something about lifelong service to your community. Give me some examples.
I want to do community service. I want to give back to children my age, like people who cannot afford like school supplies. I want to give back to those children. And most importantly, I want to give back to JROTC. I want to come back and help them be great in like positions like when they come to Cadet of the Year, I want to help them.
What would you do to influence people to complain less?
First, I would tell them, don't be lazy. You can get the job done. You got to instill it already in your head. You got to motivate yourself, inspire and encourage yourself. And I don't want them to put themselves down.
With all your accomplishments and accolades, the middle school program, the JCC program, what can you instill in them to encourage them to join the program?
I would tell them to take every opportunity as an advantage because they could be standing right here today in my shoes. They have to give it their all. And just take advantage of everything, all this exposure, go on the trips, go on the camps, because it's a life lesson within all of that.
With your drive, with your knowledge, and a well-traveled cadet, what would you do to bring about or encourage or support other students at Murrah High School to be a part of an outstanding organization, the JROTC program?
Well, first I'll tell them all the many things that I've done and I achieved because of JROTC. And I want to help them make the best decision possible. Take advantage of this opportunity because like I never thought I would go to the National Flight Academy or the Military Order of World War's Youth Leadership Conference. That would never cross my mind, but all these opportunities should be taken advantage of.
The Cadet Personal Development Plan is something that's very critical to your growth and your evolution. Share with these folks how that personal development plan has taken you from where you were to where you are today.
Personal development plan has made me confident because when I first did it, you know, I was just immature a little bit. Like I didn't do a lot of things that was on that list. It made me have a lot of confidence.
I'm Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Ramon Thompson, the Battalion Commander for Wingfield High School's Falcon 3rd Battalion. And I'm honored to stand before you today and compete for the Cadet of the Year title. I am a scholar, leader, and athlete at Wingfield High School. I'm #1 in my class with a 3.97 GPA and will graduate valedictorian. A proud member of the National Honor Society and also a proud member of the cross-country team. I also am a TAP mediator, which stands for Talk About the Problems and is focused on bettering the behavior problems we have in Wingfield High School. And I also am the JROTC STEM and academics team captain, which under my leadership, our STEM team won second place in the STEM competition this year. JROTC has helped me be prepared to be college bound, and it has taught me the importance of giving back to my community through community service. And most importantly, it has instilled in me the 7 Army values. In 9th grade, we are encouraged to fill out the Cadet Personal Development Plan. This plan has a lot of positives and negative pitfalls. I was fortunate enough to stay on the positive side of things and keep pushing forward. But me and my JROTC instructors have helped my friends and other cadets and students out of those negative pitfalls and put them back on the right path to success, laying an academic foundation. Every 9th grader comes in with a 4.0, and I have strived to keep my 4.0. I fell short in one class in 9th grade, but it's working on getting back to my 4.0 or even higher. Another thing it has stressed the importance of is free money, scholarships, FAFSA, Help Grant. All of those are financial assistance that helps me pay for my college. JROTC has given me some outstanding leadership and job training opportunities. This includes having me be selected for one to go to MOWW Youth Leadership Conference. This conference was held in Huntsville, Alabama. I also got to go to the National Flight Academy, which I was able to fly a flight simulator that some of the pilots in the military right now have trained on. Mississippi State Leader State STEM Camp. This camp was very important to me because it solidified my career of wanting to go into the geoscience field. I have participated in several community service opportunities, including Food for Families, where we gave back to people who are not as fortunate as myself, Veterans Day observance, Operation ABC. This is our service learning project at Wingfield High School, and we go to our feeder pattern school, Wilkins Elementary, and instill in them the ABCs, attendance, behavior, and curriculum. It's also my duty to go to school and to be a scholar, athlete, and a leader that I am. It's also my duty to be respectful not only to my peers, but to myself, to my instructors, all of my elders. I honor my family, I honor my school, I honor my church, and I honor my whole city because I know I want to be the change. With integrity, I do what's right no matter who's looking. I make sure I stay on the right path and keep moving forward. But I wasn't always as confident as I am now. JROTC has helped me break out of my shell and be able to stand in front of you today as the scholar, athlete, and leader that I am. So that's why our JROTC instructors come in. They help instill these values in them and help them be on the right path to success. And I'm very grateful for it.
Your fitness score, physical fitness, you got a 9.0. So what would you do, first of all, to improve upon that?
I want to improve on a lot of things. I want to get my running time down. I want to be able to get the ball fast, put in the goal, and I just love playing. So I always want to improve myself in every way I can, including in athletics. They stress the importance of staying healthy and being on the right path to having a long life.
Can you just talk to me a little bit about some of the leadership skills you've developed in the program and how you've kind of been able to use them in some of the other organizations?
All of these values and things that I learned at JROTC, it helps me put back into everything that I do, as far as being a battalion commander of Wingfield High School, captain of the STEM academics team. All of those values helps me be able to communicate, be able to step in other shoes and show them that I know myself and I want them to know themselves too.
You actually touched on all the 7 Army values. Which one is the most important to you and why?
Now that I've been in JROTC, it has helped improve on my personal courage and helped me be able to take the hard right and not the easy wrong, and help me to stay on top of things and be pushing forward to success.
How will you motivate or encourage someone to join the ROTC program?
I'll show them all the camps that I went to. I'll show them all the opportunities that I got through JROTC, how I got to meet these influential figures that I keep in my everyday life.
So what correlation would you make with being a member of the JROTC program and being a soccer player? Because I love that terminology, a scholar athlete.
So in JROTC, you learn how to be humble, how to have dignity and integrity. Being on the soccer field, we have won games, we have lost games, and I have tried to stay humble throughout the whole time. I keep my tone and keep my posture, and I approach them, shake their hand, and go about my day.
I'm Cadet Command Sergeant Major Heaven Thomas from Provine High School, the Mighty Ram 6th Battalion, affectionately known as Ram City. I am currently a junior, elect 3.
I hold a GPA of 3.5, placing me in the top 3 of the principal's list, and I currently serve as the Brigade Command Sergeant Major, as well as Provine's Battalion Command Sergeant Major. Prior to becoming a member of this dynamic program, I can say that I was literally traveling a path of the unknown. I didn't know what I wanted to be when I grew up. I didn't have any goals set for myself. Going to college, receiving scholarships, joining the armed forces, these were not conversations that I was having with my peers. Since joining JROTC, I can say that my life has been set on a straight path to success. JROTC gave me role models. It gave me people to look up to. And that lit the spark in me that truly sent me soaring through the stars. In 9th grade, and seeing all those cadets before me, it made me want to be a leader. But I know that I had to change the way that I thought, the way that I talked, and the way that I went about life. Specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. Now, looking back on my freshman and sophomore year, I accomplished every goal I set for myself, and then some, simply because I was trained to think smart. Thankfully, I had instructors around me who I now consider family, constantly motivating me to take integrity in myself, to know that I was representing something bigger than myself, to know that I was leaving footsteps down a path for people behind me to follow, and to always be honest and true to myself, and knowing where I came from and how much hard work went into my success, and knowing my strengths and weaknesses and embracing both parts of myself so that I could work towards becoming a better student, cadet, and citizen, and to have respect for myself and those around me. I represent JPS, I represent Provine High School, and I represent Army JROTC as a whole. JROTC truly equipped me with leadership skills, and it gave me the keys to effectively plan now and in the future for my success.
Talk to me a little bit about what the Aviation Science Academy is all about.
The Provine High School Aviation Academy as a whole, it makes sure that they know about the various jobs that are in the aviation field. They also try to contribute aviation into the military science of it all as well.
You said that it's important to you to create a new generation of achievement in your family, a new generation of achievement.
It means all of my siblings go to college. All of my nephews and nieces go to college and get good paying jobs. I'm determined to leave an impact on my family to where it is an obligation that you go to an institution of higher learning, and I make sure that I instill that in my nephews. I just want to make sure that I can open their eyes to any opportunity that there is so that they will go to college or institution of higher learning.
What does leadership mean to you?
Leadership means stepping out of yourself and out of your comfort zone to understand that it's not about you. It's about those around you. To make the hard decisions when others are afraid to. It's to put yourself on the front lines when everyone else is hesitant to.
So what is one piece of advice you would give ninth graders coming up that are going to enter into your JROTC program?
Keep your eyes open. Keep your horizons open. Don't limit yourself because you think a program isn't fit for you. Explore everything. And once you've explored everything and gathered the information you need, then make a decision. Juniors say, I wish I would have gotten JROTC when I was in 9th grade. So I would say, get in every club that you can. Get in every program you can. Play the sport. Try it.
Did those classes, aviation classes, inspire you towards aviation?
Seeing that my school was making efforts to open opportunities to my fellow peers, I've always kind of been drawn toward the Air Force and being a pilot. So that definitely made me jump at the opportunity.
10 years from now, what would your resume say? What characteristics would describe you?
Around school, I try to make sure that I'm known. So I just hope that I am remembered for being a leader and actually wanting to help people. Wanting people to know that everything I have done was genuine. And I would love that in the future, I'm always referred to as, oh, she was a great leader. She was a real good role model at Provine. She'll definitely help you. She'll definitely guide you down the right path.
What would you do to convince me to be part of Provine High School as a cadet?
What other opportunities do you have? Do you know what you want to do after you graduate? Do you know what you're going to be doing by your senior year? It's full of opportunities, and I'm pretty sure you'll find one thing that you might actually like. I would tell you to join because Academically speaking, JROTC is 1 full credit. And 4 years of ROTC, that's 4 credits. Even if you are not an involved cadet, you will still learn something in the classes that you take. Thank you for what you do for the JROTC program. It truly helps us all in the end, and I'm very grateful for it, so thank you.
My name is Cadet Captain Christine Wooten from the Forest Hill High School, 5th Battalion. Today I will be presenting to you my presentation on how JROTC has prepared me for successful living after high school. I'm the S4 for the 5th Battalion staff and hold a GPA of a 3.5. I am on the JROTC drill team, color guard, and saber team, and also play varsity volleyball, tennis, and plan on starting the drama club this year. My summer experiences have been nanotoxicity program at Jackson State and the National Flight Academy also, and I plan on attending the Girls State and the Air Force Academy Summer Seminar this June. My first 2 years in JROTC started at Provine High School, and I couldn't have asked for a better start. I learned to be specific on what I wanted, that I should know myself and be true to myself. My instructors always encouraged me to be the best me that I can be, as Colonel Willis tells us all the time. First Sergeant Jones always encouraged me to spread my wings and soar. Sergeant Moore always encouraged me to be confident in myself and my decisions. It is my first year at Forest Hill High School, and I am the S1 on their staff. My Colonel Proud, and First Sergeant Odom encouraged me from the day I walked in. My battalion staff are not only my fellow cadets, but they are a family to me. They have encouraged me to be the best me I can be. Colonel Proud told me that no one can tell me who I am better than myself. Colonel Willis talks to us daily and motivates us all the time. I want to motivate students and to tell them that the sky is not the limit. JROTC has not only prepared me, but it has set me on a path for life. I have become more confident in myself. I am a scholar, an athlete, and a leader. I am a scholar because my education comes first. I am an athlete because I play multiple sports. JROTC is not just a program, it is a family. We are all different in many different ways. But when I came to Forest Hill, I learned that every JROTC program has its differences, but we are all a big family.
In your essay, you said that you struggled to find your inner voice. How'd you find it?
Coming to an agreement with myself. I had to sit in my room and think about who I really am. What do I want to really do? There's a part of me that always wants to speak out and be in front of the crowd, but there's also a part of me that wants to, hide behind a desk probably. But I had to learn to bring out the best part of me that there is, to speak my mind and to know exactly what I'm looking for.
10 years from now, what words will we use to describe you?
That I am enthusiastic wherever I go. That wherever I go, I want to leave my mark.
This next leadership role, how are you going to relate that to your peers?
I may be in a leadership role, but I am always going to be there for you. I am going to be here to help you so you can have a plan like I have.
So tell us what your strongest leadership quality is.
Communication. I love to talk to people, and as long as we're talking, we get to know each other. As I get to know you, you get to know me, so we get to learn how to work things out together as a whole.
Correlate being a leader, your S1 leadership role, with being playing singles on the court.
As a tennis player, I'm on the court by myself. I have an opponent in front of me who's aiming to win the game, and I also want to win the game, but I also need to find out the best strategy to win that game, because I may not have people on the court with me, but they are on the sidelines supporting me every step of the way. I want to be able to make decisions, but also have the support from my fellow cadets and to also support them as we go forth in winning our game.
Ramon Thompson. Our first runner-up will serve as the brigade deputy commander of troops for Jackson Public School JROTC school year 2020-2021. Cadet Christopher Washington. Our Cadet of the Year is Cadet Samuel Blackman.
But this is very important. You all are contributing greatly to the development of these young people. Your engagement, your involvement with them is making an impact, not only on them, but on all the cadets as they go back to their school.